2, 1, go.
I'm here with Dafabet Warriors all-rounder Apiwe Mnyandu. Apiwe, cause for celebration this game. You've taken your first-class wickets, 2 in the first innings, 2 in the second. How happy are you with how the bowling's been going?
I'm actually very happy. I've worked quite hard in my bowling, invested a lot, spent a lot of time bowling overs and overs and trying to fill out my game. I'm beyond happy. I'm actually grateful that I got the chance to play and actually got the chance to get wickets. So I'm very happy about that.
You were also outstanding in the field, a crucial run out in the first innings, a couple of great catches as well. Is that always been a strong point of your game, or is it something you've had to work really hard on?
No, it was never really a strong point. It's something that I had to actually work hard on it. Also invested so much in my field in the past year, so yeah, it's been fielding has been tough actually, but yeah, still managed to work on it, and yeah, and I'm glad that it actually paid off with that run out earlier. So yeah, quite happy as well.
Obviously, the job at hand for the Warriors is to take 4 wickets to win this game today. What's going to be the key points for the Warriors and yourself with the ball to focus on to get that job done?
I think it's just stay patient and then just wait for them to make mistakes. I don't think we're going to force things. Just stay patient and then just wait for them to whatever. Yeah.
As an attack, the Warriors have been extremely patient through the whole game. I mean, you guys have bowled in those channels off stump or just outside for long periods of time. I'm sure the bowling coach and the whole coaching staff are very happy with the attack as a whole.
Yeah. Actually doing that's what we've been working on. I mean, for the creators about that. I mean, challenge yourself. I mean, it's about challenging yourself, working, seeing how patient you are. I mean, that's what a creator is about. Just testing yourself and how long patient you can be.
Great. Thanks very much, Apiwe, and play well today.
So, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Apiwe.
Okay, good.
Good luck.
Failure already. 3, 2, 1, go.
Here with Momentum Multiply Titans wicketkeeper batsman Keegan Leon Cachet. Keegan, yesterday you started the day behind the stumps. It was obviously a tough old morning session for the Titans, but fought back really well after lunch. You ended the day at the wicket batting. Can you just tell us about how the pitch has changed, if at all, through yesterday?
Yeah, I think throughout the 4 days so far it's been moving a bit. Obviously, as soon as the ball gets a bit older, it doesn't move as much. The deck has been pretty true. Maybe the odd one staying low or popping, but hopefully today it's going to be a nice one to bat on. Yeah, let's see what happens.
It feels a bit like a batting day, but obviously a pressure situation for you guys. 104 runs needed, 4 wickets in hand. But do you feel like you've played 5 games in the SA20? Do you feel like that experience has equipped you well for what's coming today?
Yes, no, for sure. I mean, any pressure situation in front of people is only going to equip you for cricket. I think obviously we know there's pressure on us, but there's also pressure on them, and we can't forget that. So I know the whole Titans is backing us to get across the line here, and hopefully we do.
You batted brightly in the first inning, scoring 18 off 17 balls, shared a very useful partnership with Rivaldo Munsabi. Is that the way you like to play? Positive, aggressive cricket?
Yes, no, of course. I think as soon as you start getting defensive, you fall into a few traps. I always like to be positive when I bat, nice and confident, and most of the time it works. But I mean, yeah, we can only try and be better every day. Just be the best.
You're batting with the skipper, who obviously had to drop down the order because of a split webbing, I believe. How's his hand? And it seemed that you guys dovetailed quite nicely at the end of play, the final overs last night.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's a very confident batter. He knows what he has to do, and he does it so well as well. He's very good with the bat in hand. I mean, we've seen that for years. And also awesome to bat with. He's very calm. He keeps everyone calm. He knows what he has to do. He understands his role. Lets me know what I need to do as well. So yeah, hopefully we get over the line today.
Best of luck, Keegan. Play well.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
New Mitchum Ultimate 72-hour odor protection with skin-breathable formula. Mitchum, true to you.
Now he's thinking about me every night. Oh, is it that sweet I kiss so? Say you can't sleep, baby, I know. That's that me espresso. Move it up, down, left, right, oh. Switch it up like Nintendo. Say you can't sleep, baby, I know. That's that me espresso. I can't relate.
I just feel like I can't get you out of my mind. I feel love for the first time, and I know that it's true. Me and you, I could love you for life.
What is purpose? If it only lives in your head, a boardroom, a promise. What is purpose if only an idea? If it does not become what it can be? You see, where purpose finds passion, when it takes action, the world is a better place. When it becomes real, when it delivers peace of mind, purpose becomes a force for change. It changes circumstances. It changes livelihoods. It changes futures. It comforts. Because when you are there for someone when it matters most, when you take a stand for the vulnerable, when you invest in education, when you put food on the table, you're not just talking. AFBOB, here for you in more ways than you can imagine.
New Mitchum Ultimate 72-hour odor protection with skin-breathable formula. Mitchum, true to you.
The Momentum Multiply Titans, they need another 104 runs to win. Myself, Gert Maloney, joining you this morning on day 4. And I'm never alone. It's a man with a soothing voice, Ken Borland, in the comm box with me. As we see the first run of the morning, just worked to the leg side. And Ken, you've been here for all 3 days, and what an exciting 3 it's been.
Well, it tends to be exciting between these two teams, the Titans and the Warriors. Over the last few years, they've had a number of really tight, exciting contests. I'm sure you were here a couple of seasons ago. That was an absolute thriller, and this could be as well today.
Now, the one you're alluding to was the same day as the Pink Day in December, when South Africa didn't go quite their way for the Proteas, but here at SuperSport Park, it was an absolute banger. It went down to the very last half hour, the last couple of deliveries and the last couple of runs, and 1 wicket to get it. Neil Brunt got that wicket of Marco Jansen just as we finished off, and margins of victory, only 14 runs in that game. Phenomenal game. Another one, just the one on the leg side, where the man that's actually scored the runs for the Titans also made a massive impact, scoring 100 in that match we're talking about, is Rivaldo Munsami. The only man for the Titans that has really put up his hand and fought hard valiantly. Joined by Van Schalkwyk as well, who also scored 33 runs, but Rivaldo Munsami, 63, goes to his 80 odd in the first innings.
And Duane Olivier has very much been the danger man with the ball, the standout bowler for the Dafabet Warriors. So not surprised that he took the first over this morning. Tidy enough over, just a couple of singles off it. Olivier has got 7 wickets in the match. And I expect he'll do a lot of bowling to start with this morning. This match is not going to go right to the end of the day like the one you mentioned previously, Kat. The exciting thing is, from a Warriors point of view, you don't know how long it'll take to get 4 wickets. It could be 6 overs, it could be 10 overs. They just need to keep chipping away. The Titans, or especially Leon Cachet, he's an aggressive batsman. If he gets in, he will score quite quickly.
So you see Matthew Boast coming into the attack. He's picked up 1 wicket in this innings thus far. 1 for 36. Bit of a workhorse yesterday. 11 overs already under his belt. He's going to be bowling to Keegan Peterson. No! Nice loud call of no by Keegan Peterson. And yeah, it's going to be one of those where chipping away is going to be at the end of the day. It doesn't matter which side you support. If you're a Titan, just chipping away at those runs. First target's got to get it under triple figures, get it into those 2 digits. And for the Warriors, is chipping away on the wickets.
It's going to be interesting to see the effects of the split webbing that Keegan Peterson is batting with. On his top hand, I believe. He was a little bit uncomfortable yesterday evening. Just adjusting the glove every now and then. I'm sure he's had a good 12 hours of treatment now. The healing process hopefully being fast forwarded. He's had a couple of stitches as well. So that makes it awkward, and also why he had to wait until number 8 in the batting order to come in.
Big appeal. Did sound like 2 noises then. Bit of wit there as well, but that's the first bit of excitement for the bowler, Matthew Boast. On 166 for 6. Got this one just to jag in a little bit, and I do believe we heard a bit of wit there.
I'm with you, Kat. Definitely thought inside edge. But that's the thing about this pitch. It every now and then there is movement off the surface. And so it keeps the bowlers interested. But it's still the sort of wicket where you reckon you could get 100 runs without losing 4 wickets.
Ah, nice quick call. Quick single just to get that scoreboard ticking. Another 101 runs required by the Momentum Multiply Titans. And also the other story as well, the innings that has set these two teams apart is the innings of Matthew Breedska in the first innings. He scored 113. And then all of a sudden he had to be subbed by JP King, who's come in for the second innings when he got an emergency call-up.
Yeah, the Warriors lost their kingpin, their captain. But there was this time yesterday morning, it was Sinutem Mkashile and Matthew de Villiers. Who put together a vital partnership of 110. They batted almost through the entire morning session. It actually looked pretty comfortable for batting, which is unusual in the morning session here at SuperSport Park. But one of the things they did, and it's the way the Titans have started well as well, is quick singles. Getting the ones, getting themselves going, rotating the strike early on.
Nice and solid. Leon Cachet behind that one. That brings the second over of the day to a close. The end of 48. And the ball's nice and old now to be soft. But you do expect in the morning, that first 10 overs, even with the old ball, there'll be something in it for the bowlers. After that, we might see a bit of spin coming in as well. Because, well, amazingly, yesterday, the Warriors bowled all their overs without bowling 1 over of spin.
Their only spinner, their only sort of option as a spinner is Jordan Herman, who has only really seriously started to bowl spin this year. But so far they haven't really needed spin. Their pace bowlers have done such a good job.
Oh, just inside part of the bat. You could just see the keeper, Klishile, getting a little bit excited. Then the other option, of course, is JP King, who comes in as the sub as well. He bowls a lot in the T20s and the one-day formats as well, so he might get a bit of a roll of the arm since he's been subbed in, because that might be another reason why he got subbed in and not another seamer, just to get something else going as well.
The Warriors have scored a bit on that front. Matthew Breedska, he has bowled a bit of off spin, very sporadically, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have bowled in this match at all. And so the Warriors have scored with JP King, as you say, a fairly regular bowler in limited overs cricket. Interesting. I don't think the Titans have any right of objection to the substitute. Very much up to the match referee to be satisfied that it's a like-for-like replacement. And if we look at the Warriors squad that they've brought up to Pretoria, the only other options were Thomas Carber, who is definitely a bowling all-rounder, a spinner, but definitely more of a bowler. Ntando Soni is a seamer. So King definitely the most like-for-like choice.
Oh, this one played nicely off the back foot. There might be a double here. We'll bring the required runs under 100 and now only 99 required. Lovely compact shot by Keegan Peterson off the back foot, just pushing it through that massive vacant field they've got on the offside for him for a double.
That'll be the first little milestone ticked off for the Titans this morning, third over of the day, and they've got the runs required down to double figures.
Similar shot this time, picked the gap a little bit better. Result will be the same. It's another two nice chase and pick up. And it's only the 2 runs once again. And with that split webbing, I'm actually very surprised they haven't gone a little bit shorter to Keegan Peterson. They've allowed him to just play with a straight bat, maybe just drag the length back a tad. I'm actually very surprised that they only have the man at fine leg out. They do have a deep square, but no real bombs at him at the moment. That one had a bit of venom in it. Just look at the stare down from Olivier.
Doesn't say much, Duan Olivier, but as you say, the stare. And he is one of those guys who hits the deck hard and can extract more bounce than you expect. He's got such an easy action and a pretty gentle run-up, but he certainly can generate some zip off the pitch. The short ball to Keegan Peterson is actually something we mentioned last night, particularly in the last few overs when the batters were just trying to survive. Get a short leg and you've got nothing to lose, really. And to see how he feels when he's fending the ball off, get it up around chin high, head high.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just get it up there and just see how that hand would have held up. Because this morning he would have had some treatment, definitely some numbing balm on it, just to numb the pain, because split webbing is something that is so uncomfortable, especially if it's your top hand batting. The grip becomes very difficult. The impact on the blade itself, you actually feel it running through your hand then, through that little 5 inches that's open.
I must say I fortunately never suffered a split webbing. Maybe I didn't take enough catches. But it's nice to hear from... Yesterday we had both Sean Myers, the Zimbabwe international, and Pierre de Bruin, obviously a very experienced player as well, who have suffered split webbings, and they said pretty much the same as you did, Kat, that, and it doesn't matter what hand it is either. Every time the ball hits the bat, there's little shudders through the painful area.
I was lucky. I batted pretty low down, so for me it was the warm-ups that was the worst. Actually hitting a couple of balls. But yeah, that split webbing becomes very, very uncomfortable as well. So it's in your batting prowess, you actually try and concentrate on the delivery. But every time that glove just moves a little bit, it actually pinches and it becomes an annoyance with the pain. And then it just takes your concentration of what you need to do. So kudos to Peterson thus far. Doing a great job. What a delivery by Bose. This one just held its line, just straighten up. And Leon Cachet did have no clue about that one. You can see him just looking down at the pitch. That one just looked like it hit the seam and just straighten up, Ken.
Beautiful delivery from Matthew Bose. He's bowled a few of those and just the perfect length as well. I think on this pitch, you can see Leon Cachet drawn forward, couldn't get there though to cover the movement, and it just did too much from Matthew Bose's perspective.
Call of wait. I'm not quite sure why, but it's one of those things where you just want to keep the communication going. If there's no real flow yet, it's only the 4th over of the day, so you really want to get everything going, get everything right. One more delivery to go, then 50 overs will be bowled in this innings.
It's a modern thing. A lot of batters these days leave the ball and go, no run! And I honestly think it's just designed to irritate the bowler.
Yeah, or irritate the keeper, saying, I think you're not going to catch that, so let's wait and see. As the 50th over comes to an end, a maiden by Matthew Bose. Runs required to win is 97 for the Momentum Multiplied Titans, and the Dafabet Warriors need 4 wickets. And it's a very early change in bowling. They might be changing ends with Duan Olivier. as we see Kerwin Mangaroo coming into the attack. Not nearly as much pace as Johan Olivier, but he's a very tall bowler. He does hit a very difficult length to play, what we would refer to as those hard lengths. And he does get movement as well. It's a right arm medium.
He's a good holding bowler, Mangaroo. Tends to restrict the run scoring quite a bit. But I don't think that's behind the change, because we've only had 7 runs in 4 overs. So it's not out of control or anything. Interesting change.
Might be that Olivier just said, I would like to change ends. I just feel a bit more comfortable coming up instead of down. See, that's the exact line that Mangaroo has made his name on, and normally with a newer delivery, especially in the T20s and limited overs with the white ball cricket, he gets that one to jag away from the right-hander. So he's one of those that always asks questions because he always makes you play at the delivery. So although he's not as lightning as Olivier, he's gonna ask some questions. He's gonna make them play at most of these deliveries.
And especially as we see the bounce getting a bit lower, more balls coming through a bit low. He does just bowl so straight, wicket to wicket. Often a little bit of nibble there as well. He's definitely, I think it's easy to underrate Kerwin Mangaroo. But he's a dangerous bowler. You can't afford to be too loose against him.
Because he makes you play every single delivery, you've got to look at every single ball coming at you. And he's got a bit of a delay in his action as well. You'll see just on the top of the action, as the wrist just cocks, there's a little bit of a delay. Almost like a spinner just stopping in his action. A Saeed Ajmal sort of bowler.
And I think when you first face Kerwin Mangaroo, you probably feel like there's a bit of a delay as well in the ball coming to you. You see this great big guy coming in, and you think, well, how quick is this going to be? And the answer is not very, but it's dangerous in other ways.
Nicely enough start by Kerwin Mangaroo. One more delivery to go in his first over for the day. Busy with his 10th in total for the innings. Only gone for 25 runs. Just show there's not been easy against him. This one pushed into the offside. He does have protection with a deep point, but they are going to double up. Lovely shot once again. But not for the first time today. Keegan Peterson has just pushed that one onto the offside and just could not get cut off by the cover.
It's a strong shot of Keegan Peterson that he's very good at punching through the covers, often with his weight on the back foot.
Especially from this end from Matthew Bose. That's why I feel the short delivery should be in their armour.
It does bounce a bit more from bowling from the Henops River end. And often from not that short a length either. It can be quite awkward. A guy like Boast banging it in.
And that's kind of the bounce you were talking about. The carry looks a lot better from the Henops River end. And both these batters aren't the tallest either, so you don't have to really dig it in that short. Can go to around about that 8-meter mark. Just get it up to the badge. You've got protection on deep backwards square and also your fine leg.
I don't think you want to be short. Yeah, I'm saying bang it in, but not short. There was a delivery in both previous over, which was absolutely perfect. Drew the batter forward, bounced and nipped away.
This one is played on the offside, deep point on the fence. Just a single. Titans doing a great job thus far, getting through the danger of the first 30 minutes of this morning's play. Getting that 104 required, now down to 94.
And much like yesterday's morning session, where it actually became very comfortable for batting, there's not a huge amount going on off the surface. Enough to keep the bowlers interested if they put it in the right place. But the Warriors have just had 2 slips, so they're not over-attacking.
And then the rest of the field, square, they've got boundary riders. But if you look at the field otherwise, their mid-wicket is fairly straight. Their mid is a little bit wider, the mid-on. Then also their cover, or extra cover, is pretty in close as well. And then their mid-off is there as well. So they go mid-on, mid-off, mid-wicket and extra cover. In that almost like a half circle with the bowler. So anything straight, there might just be something with that a little bit of extra bounce from the Hennis River end, just popping a little bit. As we see the 2 umpires just having a chat. No wickets with this ball, so the Warriors wouldn't mind getting it changed.
It's what you would call a very straight field. And this pitch is still definitely on the slow side compared to, some SuperSport Park pitches when it really zings through. And it does look like your best bets for dismissals now are your bowled, your LBW, the odd ball keeping a bit low. And obviously there's still a bit of movement on offer around off stump, so you've got your 2 slips as well.
There's the one. And Keegan Peterson was weary to it. The ball just had a bit of a haircut. It was just 1 or 2, maybe just on the seam or maybe just on the smooth side, just standing up a little bit of the leather.
Just a little bit worried about Keegan Peterson having the periscope up there. When he ducked, the bat was still held high, which can be risky if there's a bit of late movement.
What this field does allow is the bowlers to can actually go very straight at the batter. Even if he wears off line and it goes onto the legs, he's got protection on the fence as well, so they can go very straight. So scoring option for Peterson would be either through conventional cover, which the deep point will cover then as well, maybe for a 2. Maybe just try and get over the top of mid-wicket and extra cover.
If the bowler does get a bit short, he needs to make sure it's outside the off stump with the protection of deep point. I'm not a huge fan of deep point, but in this circumstance, I quite like the field that the Warriors are employing.
You're not just going for the conventional field. And also, that man at mid-wicket must warm your heart. We've had a couple of discussions over the last couple of games with the teams not having a mid-wicket there, giving the easy singles.
No third man used to be my real bugbear, but I've kind of gotten over that one, given up on it, if you like.
Between that and the meters to the fence, we won't start that one up again. Kerwin Mangaroon starting his second over for the day. Oh, the outside edge just saving Leon Cachet there. if that missed the outside edge, that was stone dead in front.
Getting a bit squared up, Leon Cachet. Just want to see where his back leg goes if we get a replay of this probing delivery from Kerwin Mungru. He does just nibble it around. He's got that ability. You've got to be watchful against him.
It almost looked like that hip was coming through a little bit, squaring him up. This one is worked up in the air. And fine, leg picks it up. And actually came off the back leg, the back shoe of the batter.
Yeah, sort of ballooned up. We saw a few shouts from the Warriors fielders. Think it might have been a catch, but it wasn't ever going to carry anyway. But yeah, straight off the boot. Leg by.
Yeah, Mungaroo, apart from that leg by, he's just been on the money. Keegan Peterson just adjusting that glove once again. I know one thing that batters have done is the webbing that is split. They normally just cut open that little part there as well and then tape the two fingers together. So then that insertion between the fingers, that doesn't actually put pressure on the wound itself. A little shimmy down just to try and offset Mungaroo's line and length. It's similar to a fast bowler cutting off the front part of his big toe just to allow it to go through a little bit.
We did see Keegan Peterson fiddling a bit with his gloves yesterday evening. It clearly was a bit uncomfortable. Haven't noticed anything today. So maybe that's exactly what he's done, Gert, and is feeling a lot more comfortable along with 12 hours of rest and whatever treatment he's undergoing.
This one is slipped nicely, but well fielded at mid-wicket by De Villiers. Yeah, I doubt the modern player still gets a bit of steel drops thrown into that open wound like we did back in the day.
I was thinking the other day, you know, what's become of Mercury Chrome and Gentian Violet? Yo, Mercury Chrome was bad enough, but Gentian Violet, my word, that was terrifying. You actually sort of, I'll take the Mercury Chrome, thanks.
I don't need anything. I don't feel it anymore. Don't worry. This one is played nicely to that man at point. Oh, when Peterson can rock onto that back foot, he just looks like he's in so much control. They must just be careful not to go too much of a back length against him. Maybe get him driving a little bit. You do have those two slips in position. You have the men in front of the wicket as well. And at the moment, all his runs have almost come from the back foot. Just cutting and punching it away.
Well, we know he can drive nicely. He's got particularly good cover drive on him. But I guess it shows the importance as a batter to be able to play off both front and back foot and be very adept at both of those. Because I think there's no doubt the Warriors are going to be focusing on that sort of back of a length to Peterson, and so to be able to work those ones and twos off the back foot becomes important.
And as spoken about earlier, Don Willefeer has changed ends, replacing Matthew Bose from the Hennips River end, starting his third over for the day and his 13th in total for this innings. That goes with the 16 he bowled in the first innings as well, where he took 4 for 39. So he's on 7 wickets for the match at the moment.
Matthew Bose just bowled 3 overs in that first spell of his. I wonder if the plan is not to rotate Bose and Olivia from that head of server end to sort of 3-4 overs in a row.
And try and keep them as fresh as possible. And get Patrick Kruger into the attack as well, and maybe do the same with him and Mungaroo.
From the Warriors' point of view, you want your 2 most threatening bowlers bowling most of the overs this morning. And so that would be a good way of making it possible. Short spells at that head or server end between Boast and Olivia.
This might just be a bit high.
Kept a bit low, but might still have been too high, as you say, Gert, and maybe just outside off stump as well.
And Piwim Nyanda is, of course, another bowler that we can see coming to the attack. Swapping around with Mungaroo because he's already bowled 12 overs. Patrick Kruger still nice and fresh on 4. Oh, this one very nearly snuck through. Deshile at the behind the stumps. He's a very excitable man. He's enjoying every delivery at the moment.
Good energy. Always want that from your wicket keeper. Piwim Nyanda's had a very good game with the ball. 2 wickets in each innings. It's his 4th first-class game and his first first-class wickets taken in this game. 2 in each innings by the all-rounder.
That brings the 54th over to an end and the first half an hour to an end as well. As we see Mungaroo taking off his cap. That run rate steady around about the 3.3 mark. Yesterday the whole day was about 3.6. Still 92 runs to win. And there's a meager 90 overs left for the day.
Yeah, there's not going to be any run rate pressure on the Titans. That's for sure.
Just that wickets column. The Warriors got to feel they can nip out 1. Then they got a little bit of a hole to bowl at.
This is the last pair of recognised batsmen at the crease, Leon Cachet and Peterson. Duan Janssen is next, much like his twin brother, Marco. He certainly can bat a bit. Has got a few first-class half centuries. But you'd have to say more of a bowling all-rounder.
Oh, lovely shape. After he got squared up in that first delivery from the previous over of Mungaroo. After that, he's shown nice shape. Full maker's name to the ball. Leon Cachet. He's 10 off 40, just absorbing all the pressure. Knowing that strike rate and run rates required is not going to be an issue. They require around about 1.1 to the over. We might have a full day of cricket. Ken?
For that to happen, the Warriors' bowling would have to be incredibly economical, but also incredibly non-penetrative. Can't see it happening. Duan Janssen, by the way, has an average of 23 with the bat in Division 1 4-day cricket. So that's handy. If he could bat to his average in this innings, 23, and one of these batters is with him, going well.
And also a nice way to show it as you made your way from the Dragons to the Titans this season. Show that you've got a little something with the bat for them as well.
He certainly showed his capabilities with the ball. Was absolutely outstanding on the first day with those 5 wickets. Bowled decently in the second innings as well, without having any joy in the wickets column, but he certainly looks a very good addition to the Titans attack.
Especially the left armer will be complimenting Junior Dala and Corbin Bosch when he's back. They'll be complimenting each other very, very well.
Not sure the Titans will be banking on seeing Corbin Bosch much this season. One of the features of last season, the amazing rise of Corbin Bosch, really making himself a permanent member of the Protea squad across all formats, and obviously a regular member of the starting 11 as well.
Oh, it's a bit of a flash, and you can just say, everyone, there we go. Little bit of might just be a frustration coming in there, lapse of concentration. It is 55 overs gone. Just see the replay of this. He's kept his shape so nicely. And this one was just full and a little bit wide, and thought he's going to have a bit of a go, and then the ball just had a little bit of extra bounce. Talking about of bounce, Ken Borland will be bouncing out of the com chair. And for the first time today, it would be my honor to say welcome to Gordon, who's been watching this first half an hour of play.
Yeah, thank you, Gert. A very enthralling first half an hour play, or 35 minutes of play, with the bowlers switching ends as well. One for Willowfield coming from the northern end to the southern end, the Ennis River end currently. And I think your observation earlier is that trying to keep them as fresh as possible.
Trying to keep the fast bowlers going. Again, just nice and straight at the batter. Keegan Peterson up to the task. He's looked pretty solid this morning.
He certainly has, and he plays the ball beautifully off his back foot. Just a jab. Looks so comfortable and looks like he has a lot of time on that back foot. Just an observation, Gert, as we see Duan coming in. I was at the DP World Wanderers for the Lions-Dragons game in the past two days. But I see there's quite a bit of construction taking place all over. And from what I picked up from the board members at the Lions, is that all the pylons are getting replaced.
Yeah, it's all for the 2027 World Cup. Oh, this time pull shot. Just swiveling around, and that man at backward square comes in for just a single. It's all in preparation of the 2027 World Cup. All the major stadiums getting a bit of an upgrade with lighting and facilities. And you saw it when we came in here. It's looking stunning, and they're doing a fantastic job. So, yeah, changing it up a bit of a facelift.
Indeed. So the LED lights will come on again. So does that now mean that up until the pylons are on, there'll be no day-night matches?
You'll be surprised how quickly those pylons can get put up. As I know that the DP World Wanderers want to be ready by SA20 start with their lights. So their target is getting it up and ready by beginning of December, and I'm pretty sure that's everyone's consensus. Massive tournament starting up on the 26th. It's going to be 4s, 6s, wickets, catches, excitement all over. At the moment, we're at the SuperSport Park. As we see a game that's in the balance. No team has really taken it by the scruff of the neck, Gordon. The end of the 56 over and still 91 runs to win, but only 4 wickets in hand.
Indeed. And as Ken had pointed out earlier, these are the two recognised batsmen at the crease. I'm sure the game plan would be try occupy as much time out in the middle. It's going to get easier. But when the loose ball comes, make sure you punish it. Keegan Peterson, from what both of you had described earlier with that web splitting, looks reasonably comfortable. And just from your description, I've never had split webbing, so I would think it is quite a painful process as we see Mungro run in.
Nice full and clipped off the legs, and that would be the first forfeit for the day. What a lovely shot by Keegan Peterson.
Glorious shot, played it off his toes, ball a bit straighter, but fuller, and cashing in there. And I was just saying before that particular shot, just waiting for the bad ball and making sure that they cash in on it.
They do have a deep square out on the fence, but he had absolutely no chance.
Indeed, they've got cover both on the on and the offside, deep square and deep point, who's about 10 or so meters off the boundary and walking in very slowly. Is a deep point fielder.
Yeah, just look at that shot again. Lovely wrist work going through the line of the ball as well. It's about a meter or so too full, and Keegan Peterson taking full advantage of it. First boundary fall this morning. Just shows you how disciplined the bowling has been.
Certainly has been disciplined and very tight, wicket to wicket. The pace of Dwan Olafir being matched by accuracy from his support bowlers, Boast and Mangru. Glorious day out at SuperSport Park. And that ball just lifting off a very good length, and the fielding team almost celebrating, thinking that they may have their man, but a bit of bat got there before it got onto the wicket over there.
Yeah, I just hit him on the stickers. Bit of splice there. Mangaroo, although he's not lightning quick, he's a very, very tall gentleman. So he does get, once that wrist really gets loosened up, he does get the ball to lift every now and again from a good length.
This time it goes through to the keeper, well left by Keegan Peterson. And the field is somewhat close. You got your two slips in, and then your conventional off and onside with your mid on and mid off, and mid wicket in pretty close, as well as your extra cover on the square as well.
Yeah, they're about 10, 15 meters away from the bat.
Glorious shot by Peterson there. Will they get two? Yeah, certainly worked well to the backward point boundary and coming around, and at the end of that over, the 57th of the second innings for the Titans, current score 181 for 6. And that deficit coming down to 85 at the moment.
Yeah, the last shot, we just see the placement of the back foot that Peterson does possess. Played it well to the left of that man at deep point. And it's also the bigger part of the field, so they knew they could take on the arm as well. The communication between the two has been excellent this morning. Trusting the calls, trusting especially the twos.
A bit fuller from Duan, and the call for catch. It did rise slightly and the ball was in the air for quite a bit, and they threw for another single. Yeah, communication being key, and as recognised batsmen, they would also know that those are the basics: calling well and calling early,
and also trusting the call from your partner.
This one slightly shorter, and it kept low. Invariable bounce there, Ger?
Yeah, this one definitely was in between the pull shot and the stumps. It didn't get up as much as Peterson expected, especially from Olivier. And then also completely missed the bottom edge and the stumps at the same time. So it'll be interesting to see a replay of that one. Everyone got very excited, and we could even see Olivier was down on his haunches.
Indeed, he was holding his ankle there. He was, and mid-on had actually come across. Defended onto the offside. But yeah, mid-on had come across. Just to look at the crease, looks like there's that surface there where his right foot lands looks somewhat uneven. And Dwayne is walking, I beg your pardon, he's walking a bit tentatively on that right ankle.
Yeah, there's definitely some niggle there, and where he held it was a bit worrisome. It almost looked like his hand was coming around to the back end of the ankle, around about the Achilles. And you can even see the follow through. He's just trying to finish up the over. This might be his last over, just to get him a bit of a rest.
Or get out the magic spray. I was actually in stitches at the back of the commentary box here listening to you and Ken talking about the Mercurochrome. Yeah, it's amazing what medicine, or how quickly medicine has developed that, all it requires now is that spray. Oh, beautifully defended there and straight back down the track. And Dwayne goes back to his ankle again. No, he's just pulling down his legging.
Yeah, fantastic fielding there by the big man. It's a pretty long way down if he's in his follow through, so great fielding. Yeah, medicine has really developed, especially sports medicine, over the last 5 to 10 years. Look at that lovely picture on your screen there. Production has been phenomenal over the last 4 days. Again, just keeping low there, Gordon.
Indeed, it did. But Keegan equal to the task and keeping it out. The ball did do quite a bit there as well. Olivier looks like he's in a spot of bother.
Yeah, I think the season is still so long that he might just go off and just have the physio have a look at it. Can't afford to lose him so early in the competition.
Indeed, he is walking off. And the 12th man running on almost immediately. Lisego Senokwane coming in to replace Dwan Olivier as he goes off and gets some work done on his ankle. the Warriors physio at the bottom of our screen here, just, at the bottom of the field here, off the screen. Also going up, just behind Willifear. And Matthew Boast has come on from the northern end. And my word, cleans him up beautifully.
It's wicked time for the Warriors, and Matthew Boast coming in, and an absolute snorter of delivery. That one just jagged back Leon Cachet, and he's gone. Clean bowled by Matthew Boast. And is this the breakthrough that the Warriors were hoping for?
Did that ball keep a bit lower than it usually does and surprised Leon Cachet?
Well, something surprised him, definitely. Didn't expect, I think it was the movement as well. It kept a tad low, but it did hit round about the top of middle. It was the movement that I think that caught him out there. This jagged back a lot.
It did move tremendously back at off the pitch. Yeah, and Leon Cachet's feet didn't move much either. Castled him neck. Oh, was he shaping to leave that? And then the ball cutting back then surprised him.
Well, he faced Bose from the other end. He saw that Bose is bringing it in predominantly with the older ball. But I don't think he expected the movement like that. As Duan Janssen comes to the crease, his highest score is 64 against Easterns. That was in the 2019-20 season. Average is 23, as Ken mentioned earlier. He's got 5 50s in this format. So he'll become very, very important as the partner for Keegan Peterson, who's still there on 22.
And Ken had also indicated that he's quite capable with the bat. A really tall fella. I thought his brother was tall.
No, they are twins. I think they're the only ones that look each other in the eye. As you can see, Keegan Peterson also talking up to Janssen.
Yes, indeed. So the game plan here would be, just stick around, and let's. It should get easier as the day progresses.
Well, that would be the conversation between the two Titan batters. For Matthew Bose, it will be, let me bowl that one again.
Indeed. And it didn't look like it hit any sort of particular spot, but just the fact that he made it while he bowled the in-swinger. And this time going down leg somewhat.
He definitely went for it again. Just started it a bit straighter than he should have. Yeah, especially early in the innings. Going nice and full to Janssen might just be the key.
And surprising him with the ball popping up and down. Janssen takes his guard stance. Also didn't move his feet much and just swiveled his bat there.
Yeah, a bit of an angled bat. He's got to be very careful with that, especially against Bose, moving the ball back in. And the energy all of a sudden from the Warriors are way up.
Yeah, they would be very keen to try wrap this up nice and early as well. Especially up here against the momentum multiplier Titans. They would be very keen to have a look. Well played. Very late did Janssen play that and just runs it off to the offside.
Can just hear Trishile on the stump mic there. Just complimenting Boasty there.
Necessary to keep that energy up, as well as to ensure that the bowler knows that he's got the backing of his colleagues on the field. They run through for a quick single. The Warriors have their arms up for the point fielder for the extra cover fielder that came around, picked it up, and had a go at the stumps.
You can see Jordan Herman almost looking disgusted with himself. He didn't hit there. Janssen on his fourth step made it.
That would have been close. That would have been that would have been extremely close. Yes. No. Exciting times. This is all going to end up very exciting as this match progresses. There we see very straight again from Boast as he ends off that he is over. 86 for 7 after 49. Boast having bowled his fourth of the day from the northern end, having switched ends from the southern end, the Ennis end, at the start of the day.
We actually see Olivier back on the field. Like you mentioned, might just had a bit of a spray going. And the spray only works depending on where you're injured. I promise you, when the webbing was opened up, the last thing that Peterson would want is the spray.
Did Ken indicate which hand the webbing is on?
He said the top hand, so it'll be the left hand for Peterson.
Classic for defensive there of Dwan's first ball of this particular over. That spray certainly must have done the magic, because he looks like he's back to normal and everything is A-okay again.
I did see that he's not following through as far as he normally would, so he might just be trying to protect himself a little.
And this time round, Keegan just slants his bat a little bit and plays it to backward point, and they run through for a quick single. So, fast bowler to fast bowler now. Olivier to Janssen. Let's see what the plan here is going to be. I see they've got backward point on the boundary here. Deep square still on the boundary, covering on the leg side. This is what fascinates me. Janssen asked for guard on the off stump. Oh, ball slightly in the air there past the slip fielders, and the backward point comes around and they threw for 2. That ball did rise a little bit as well.
Fantastic works. Looks like JP King down there. Great work done. And the reason why they asked for off stump is almost to make sure that their feet doesn't go over to off stump. As we see the replay of that one, he tried to push that one through the covers, and a great work done there by Deep Point. Had a lot of land to cover.
This one with Fuller, and comfortably played through to mid-off on the occasion that Janssen is getting a feel of just what this wicket feels like, and also the pace coming from the bowler's end now that he's got the bat in hand. Expansive drive through the covers, and it will make it to the boundary through the extra cover area, and beautifully played by Janssen.
Yeah, with Janssen playing a couple of shots, this wouldn't actually... The Warriors wouldn't mind this too much, because they will feel that they get an opportunity. They already saw the outside part of the bat being taken, and then that man at second slip moved around to between a fourth and around about a fourth slip. The one thing about Janssen, if it's there, it's going to be hit. Lovely shot through the covers, though. Nice timing. And now we see one through that gap that I just explained.
And running down between the first and second slip. Second slip having moved around as Gerard had indicated to a fourth slip area at the end of the over. 193 for 7 are the momentum multiply Titans. For 7, still needing another 71 runs to win this particular CSA 4-day challenge match.
Yeah, and closing in on 200. All the innings thus far is past the 200 mark. 60 overs gone, still 20 overs to go before they can take a new ball. Run rate still hovering around about that 3.3 mark. Peterson there on 24. 2 boundaries in the previous over. What can Bose do?
Yeah, it looks like 200 is the average score in each of the innings, in each of the first-class matches thus far, in the 3 rounds that have been played so far. I think 333 is the highest that Province scored yesterday against the Dolphins.
Yeah, the first innings in this match was 244. Then the reply from the Titans was 228. Then 251 again. And now we're closing in on 200 again.
Fuller, slower, and nearly outfoxed Keegan Peterson there. And he acknowledged it. He acknowledged it himself, just walking back and having another think. Boast, big shoulders that man has.
Yeah, nice, strong, strapping lad, isn't he? He really runs in, gives it his all. Hits the deck very hard. He does get lateral movement as well.
Straighter, Fuller.
And because he hits the deck so hard, with that seam presentation that he has, he does get the ball to jag in.
Do you get the impression, just listening on our earphones here, that the Warriors' backs are up? They are sensing something.
Yeah, even the 2 boundaries in the previous over wouldn't deter them too much because they feel that the shots are being played. Once they start playing shots, there's always an opportunity.
But straighter, just worked around to the offside to the deep square leg area for 1. And Keegan indicating something to the dressing room. I see the third umpire getting ready for a drinks break.
I think the life is just coming back into that hand of Peterson. So he might just want something just to put on there again. Just to numb it up. And I don't think the single they would mind too much. Getting Janssen on strike. He's only faced the 8 deliveries. He's on 11. 1 lovely cover drive. The rest has been very edgy.
Plays it softly on the offside. Ball did rise there. He got onto the back foot and then just made sure that they're able to go through for another single. I see the field placing still very attacking. 2 slips. And that second slip closing that gap that was created when Janssen edged it for 4 in the previous over. For defense, beautifully played by Keegan Peterson at the end of this over. 199 for 7 as the drinks break is called and the players and umpires going off. So just a quick summary. 104 is what was required at the start of play this morning. 69 is what is left here now. Looking at the summary of the match thus far, 199 for 7 are what the Titans are, and Dafabet Warriors looking for 3 more scalps. We'll be back after this drinks break in a few minutes.
Welcome back to SuperSport Park, and there after a very interesting first hour and 5 minutes, you see the match situation. Momentum Multiply Titans 199 for 7, 69 away now from victory. So they've added, what was it, 35 runs this morning. The Warriors have picked up a wicket. The important scalp of Keegan Leon Cachet. Hell of a delivery from Matthew Boast. Leon Cachet made 11. Keegan Peterson, the captain, is still there on 25. He's just received a bit of help with that split webbing he's batting with from his medical team during that drinks break. And what's also helping Keegan Peterson is that Duan Janssen has got off to a brisk start here with the bat. 12 not out of a partnership of 15. I'm Ken Borland. Helping me is Gordon Templeton. Morning, Gordon.
A very good morning indeed, Ken.
This match is could well go down to the wire.
Exciting stuff indeed. Exciting stuff. And just like yesterday at the DP World Wanderers Stadium, that was, in 3 days, a 4-day game was wrapped up. So that was exciting to be part of, and this equally as exciting as well, the prospect of this match today. Change of bowler then coming on from the Henops River end. Apile Nyanda coming on, replacing Duan Olafir.
Crisply struck by Duan Janssen. That's a lovely shot. Maybe just a little bit too full from Piwe Mnyanda, but not that bad a delivery. But Janssen gets it away for 4.
The loosener a bit full, and Janssen making sure that he capitalizes on that particular loose delivery out there. So the Titans also with that boundary go past the 200 mark. 3 6s and 4 4s in that 200 odd scored. Yeah, Apir Yande coming around the wicket as the left-hander to the right-hander Janssen. And the ball, going across the wicket. It may just help him to come around come over the wicket. But probably has a game plan as to why he's coming around the wicket to the right-handed batsman.
Just struggling to find his radar first up, but he's bowled well from both sides of the wicket.
That's a lot better. Just short of a length, and Janssen playing it comfortably to the offside, and they go through for 1. Big responsibility here on the Titans skipper. He would want to see through and see off these remaining 64 runs. As they get into the middle, they're chatting and planning with his fellow batsmen.
Well, he is the key now. Keegan Peterson, last recognised batsman, specialist batsman. That's away fine. It's a lot of work to do for fine leg to stop the boundary. Oh, goodness, it's rebounded miles from Matthew Post. Mo Manak retrieves. A great effort down on the boundary there as we just watching him emerge from behind the side screen. Yeah, it was Matthew Post. Oh, he's put in a bowling stint today and now tearing round the boundary.
Indeed. He made sure to cut off the ball from hitting the ropes, so saving 1 run. Otherwise, it would have been a definite 4. And as he dove and stretched there, the ball ricocheted off his hand to the third man area.
Again, a bit too straight from Mnyanda. Easy single.
Yeah, talking about the third man area, Ken. So I've not done a ladies' game yet, a women's game yet. But the terminology now would need to change. Positioning as well as player of the match, as opposed to what us old folk would refer as man of the match as well. So, and with the growth of the women's game, all of that needs to come into play now.
Titans have been good at getting the ones today, Keegan Peterson especially. I'm going to ignore your us old folks comment, Gordon, for starters. But I have actually asked the question about third man to our lady cricketers, and they say they don't mind. They haven't come up apparently with a different name for third man, so it stays third man at the moment. Obviously, no more man of the match, player of the match. Batter, not batsman.
Right.
Those are the obvious ones. And such exciting times in South African women's cricket with our Proteas women's side doing so brilliantly at their World Cup. And it's just dropped short of the bowler, Matthew Boast.
Bowling very straight he is, Matthew Boast. Wicket to wicket. And I was indicating to Gert earlier on, he's quite a big fella, got strong shoulders on him.
Yeah, he's the nephew of the great Vince van der Bijl, who was a very large man himself. What was he, 6'8", 6'9"? Is a very large man, I should say, Vince.
Interesting. So Vince would have obviously spent quite a bit of time with his nephew, and teaching him like the ropes and in what conditions to be playing in.
Well, I actually see similarities in the action, and I'll just see if I can point them out as we watch both come in. The bent sort of approach is one, and then quite a quick hand gather as well. Vince had almost like a double movement with the arms. One of the greatest South African bowlers, Vince van der Bijl, still the leading wicket taker in South African domestic Division 1 cricket. So he would have played in the old Currie Cup. Something, I think it's 572 wickets at an average of 16, would you believe?
My word.
And that was in an age, one of the great ages, I think, of South African batsmanship as well.
Glorious shot. Slightly misfielded. They were going to look for two and recovered well.
Well, Piwe Mnyanda did well there. He's a very good fielder, Mnyanda, apart from being a left-arm seamer and a capable batter. So he's a good prospect. Just 21 years old, Mnyanda. So I was saying one of the great ages of South African batsmanship when Vince van der Bijl was around. Graham Pollock, Barry Richards, although he mostly played with Barry, not against him. Peter Kirsten, Alan Lamb, Clive Rice, Eddie Barlow.
Edwin Caper?
Towards the back end of Vince's career, yeah, certainly. But through the 70s, Kenny McEwen, a lot of really great batters. I've missed out a few, so apologies if I have missed you out. Jimmy Cook, Henry Fotheringham, Kevin McKenzie.
Interesting stance Keegan Peterson has. He stands quite deep in the crease. Probably doing that to give himself more time to play the ball. Is that why he plays on his back foot so well?
Yeah, I would think so, Gordon. I think you're spot on. I think with the bounce getting a little bit variable now, we saw Leon Cachet bowled with a ball that kept a little lower than he probably would have expected, but it was more really sharp movement back into him from Matthew Bose that stymied him. But the Warriors have kept it at sort of back of a length, and I think you're right, Peterson just a bit deep in the crease to give himself a bit more time to deal with that, and he's strong off the back foot, as we've seen today already. Well handled by Janssen, the lifter.
Indeed, it rose sharply, and he just darted it down. Off the field in that previous over, Willifear had gone off to get some more treatment, and he's back on fielding at mid-on. The physiotherapist looked pretty happy as she watched him walk back onto the field. So, whatever niggle he might have on his right leg. Oh, and that rises sharply over Kleshile's head, but no run. Marco Janssen ducked underneath that, so how much did that rise?
That's well bowled by Mnyanda. He's not of great pace, But he did well to get it up to Janssen's head eye there, and a bit of an awkward delivery. Yeah, it's quite nice and straight, that, from Nyanda. Duan Janssen not used to seeing the ball up there, I think.
Indeed.
Edged and straight to first slip. Excellent bowling by Imyanda. Perhaps Duan Janssen ruffled a bit by that
short ball.
Excellent bouncer. And then just a flat-footed waft outside off stump, and he steered it straight into the hands, the very safe hands, of Patrick Kruger at first slip.
My word, yes. Tactic really worked there. Ruffled him up. And then got him to play a false shot the very next ball. As you watch it again. Yes. Really outsmarted Janssen there. And well directed. Very well directed ball as well. So, Janssen's 19 runs in his half an hour stay at the crease. Only scoring those 3 boundaries. That scorecard now looks very ominous.
So you just saw there, well, there's the short ball that Janssen found a bit awkward. And there it is again. But the actual wicket ball, is this going to be the replay? Just watch that back leg. Just a little shuffle outside leg stump. And then fending a long way from the body, Duan Janssen. And so it's difficult not to conclude that the previous delivery had a lot of effect on this delivery. And great credit to Mnyanda, the 1-2, and the follow-up ball put in just the right place. As Janko Smit has come to the crease. Enjoyed his batting in the first innings, a few lusty blows, got a dozen runs. But he's just got to try and stay in with his skipper for as long as possible. There's still 57 runs, 56 runs for the, 57 for the win.
Somewhat wayward there from Nyanda, follow-up ball after taking that wicket. When he gets it right, he certainly gets it right. And, struggling with the new batsman coming in. But he worked out Janssen magnificently, did Nyanda, and Kruger taking that easily. And it flew to first slip.
It was a comfortable height, though. It was almost like slip catching practice for a slipper who's as good as Patrick Kruger. So the Warriors now just 2 wickets away from what would be an excellent victory here on the road at SuperSport Park. They've lost a couple of close ones here in Centurion in recent years. And if they do get over the line, they'll be absolutely delighted.
Are mind games being played here, or do they want to restrict a single or give a single to the new batsman?
I think they saw how Janko Smith batted in the first innings, and he hit a couple of boundaries, so they're going, right, we won't let you get boundaries. Let's see what you can do. I think they were quite happy if he got the one. But as it turned out, he missed both deliveries down the leg side. And Keegan Peterson will be on strike for the new over. It's going to be interesting how much faith Peterson has in Janko Smit. Does he change the way he's been playing? Does he try and just accelerate a bit to try and rush the Titans to victory now with 8 wickets down?
That there would be the question. It would be interesting to see what he does. From a batsman's perspective, I'd say you've got 3 sessions of this day left. Take it 1 run at a time.
handsomely driven by Keegan Peterson. Will just be the two, though. Janko Smith's got to hurry up a bit at the non-striker's end. He stretches those long legs and gets there okay in the end.
It was a bit airborne for a bit there. So maybe that's the decision that Keegan has taken. Listen, Peterson, you've got 2 batsmen left or 2 wickets left. Let's get on with it.
Well, time per se is not the issue, but there are only so many balls that I think Janko Smith will be able to keep out. And Lesego Koko Shabada after him. So I think Peterson's realising now that he's got to get these runs. Quick sticks, if the Titans are going to get them.
Now, would you then go with try get a boundary early on in the over?
Flicked away and well over fine legs head. That's brilliantly put away by Keegan Peterson. A little shuffle across and then just helping it on its way. Excellent contact made and 6 runs to the total.
Magnificent shot, that. Timing impeccable. Certainly made sure that he made contact with the ball and flies over fine legs head for the maximum. Yep, there were shots of catch, but it went well over Olafier's head. Ball pitched on middle stump, and he just picked it up and helped it along its merry way down the leg side.
And in the slash, there was a bit of steep bounce there from Boast. As you were saying, Gordon, he's a big, strong, powerful lad. And there's always bounce here on offer for those who can bend their back.
Just from the shot there, or the choice, your question earlier, I think Keegan's made up his mind he's going to go for it.
Well, the 6 showed us that. Bit of a manufactured shot. Brilliantly executed, though. Nicely dabbed to the vacant third man area. They're going to settle for 1 because there's just 1 ball left in the over.
Well, 9 runs thus far off this over. Let's see what confidence Keegan has in Smith. Walking down the wicket, giving him instruction. Just keep it out. Just keep it out. I'll take the responsibility from the other end. What does Bose do? Bowl a similar ball that got hold of Leon Cachet?
Yeah, I think just target the stumps. Bit too wide and easy for Smith to let that go through to the keeper. 220 for 8. And the Titans have got that target down to 48 more now to win.
And that ball rose quite a bit there as well, Ken. So Bose has got his back up, sensing something. And in our drums here, we can hear the volume on the field increasing as well. So the Warriors certainly sensing a bit of, smelling a bit of blood as we look at the replay here of that magnificent shot.
Yeah, beautifully played by Keegan Peterson. Very much imported from white ball cricket. But very effective. Backed himself to clear fine leg. Was straight over his head. A Piwem Yanda to Keegan Peterson.
Oh, and he turns down the run there.
Yeah, straight away. As soon as it came off the bat, he knew that he wasn't going to be able to get 2 off it. bit too well timed.
And the field is spread as well, Ken. Not a single close fielder except for first slip.
Yeah, not surprised. The Warriors know that Peterson is going to have to score the vast majority of these 48 runs if the Titans are going to win. So just restricting his options. Edge to slip. Mnyanda again. Oh, the man's been on fire in this game. Fired in to the block hole. Peterson just jabbed his bat at it. Got the edge and straight to Kruger at first slip.
Was he in two minds there? Did he anticipate a short ball coming? Because it didn't look like his feet moved much. And as a result, got the edge.
Well, I think a little bit it's when this game sort of gets into a holding pattern like this where Peterson only wants to hit fours and doesn't want to run runs. Normally that's the sort of ball he probably would have just pushed for one. But it's almost just like a bit half-hearted because he knows, I'm not going to run off this ball.
No, he did move his feet. But yeah, in two minds there. I'm not too sure if he thought the ball was going to jag back, and that's trying to keep it out, and the ball swinging out and getting the edge. Kruger taking a magnificent catch at slip again. Now then, it will be interesting to see what the field placement would be now as Coco Hlababana comes to the wicket. Also taking his time as Smith waits for him halfway to the dressing room. Second slip has come in. Dwan Ulafir chatting to the umpire. Right, so you got two slips in. You got four fielders on the onside. Deep square making his way to the boundary. Fine leg is on the boundary. Mid wicket is in the conventional area and mid on a bit closer. On the offside, you got your mid off. No. Take it back. Mid wicket coming in back onto the square. And your short extra cover also coming in with your backward point on the boundary.
So the Warriors 1 wicket away from victory, and credit to P.M. Mnyanda. It was a good ball. He got it right up there, inviting the drive, and that one just straightening a bit, didn't coming in. Similar to that delivery, actually.
But fuller.
Kokotlabana digs out.
My word. Yeah, well, we did say it's going to be an exciting game, Ken. Bit of trivia for you. I've noticed there's been quite a bit of movement amongst the teams for this particular season. A lot of the inland players have gone to the coast, and a number of the coastal players have come and contracted to the inland teams. Good or bad thing for South African cricket?
You mean the movement from the coast to inland and vice versa? No, well, I think it's never a bad thing for players who've grown up, say, in high-felt conditions, generally faster, bouncier pitches, to become more accustomed to the slower coastal wickets that maybe do a bit more in terms of seam bowling. Mohamed Manak, I guess, is a case in point, joining the Warriors from the Lions. Good defence by Kokotlabana. And, vice versa. Coastal batters coming up to play on the half-out. There's always, well, not so much now, but over the years, there've often been a lot of players coming up from the Western Cape to play for the Titans.
And from the Eastern Cape to play up for the Lions. I think it also just gives the opportunity to get accustomed to the different wickets. Low and slow, generally on the coast, and a bit bouncier inland.
I think one of the strengths of South African cricket as Mnyanda's excellent, successful maiden wicket over comes to an end. 220 for 9, Titans still 48 runs shy. Is that there are such varied conditions around the country. As there we see the Titans change room, a few players coming out to sit out in the open, looking a bit dejected. They've fought hard in this game, the Titans, but at the moment it looks like they're going to fall a little bit short. Going back to your point, varied conditions in South Africa. If you look at places like Boland, almost subcontinental, Durban these days, you get the pace-friendly conditions up here on the Highveld. Siemens more maybe in Gqeberha, slashed away by Janko Smit for just one.
Now that the recognised batsman is back in the hat, what would these tail-enders be saying to each other? How would they approach the game?
Let's just have some fun. No one expects us to win. Chance to show. I mean, the bowlers always like the opportunity to show that they're actually bowling all-rounders, that they can bat. Oh, now's their big chance.
Taking a leaf out of Kagiso Rabada and Muntami out in the subcontinent, ensuring that our Proteas win that second test in Pakistan.
And these two only have to put on half of what Rabada and Mudusami did for the 10th wicket.
Coco Rabada also actually takes his guard quite deep into the crease. It'll be interesting to see how far his backlift is from the stumps. Yeah, the volume is definitely increased on the field there.
Right to him. Bowled him. Matthew Boast has done it. His third wicket of the innings. And the Warriors have got the job done here on the final morning, winning by 46 runs, bowling the momentum multiply Titans out for 221. It's been a better effort by the home side, but sadly the Warriors just the better side over the 4 days, more consistent, especially in terms of the bowling. A little bit of shape there from Matthew Boast, and I suspected he wouldn't leave the wickets too much, and a very good delivery, way too good for number 11.
Indeed. Looks like the visiting teams have won up in the Highveld. The other two Division 1 games taking place are Mutaram Tuskers versus the Gold Rush Boland, as well as Western Province hosting the Hollywood Bets Dolphins at Newlands. It will be interesting to find out what that match is. And just summing up what has happened here at SuperSport Park, Momentum Titans all bowled out in their second innings against the Dafabet Warriors for 221, ensuring that the Warriors ensuring that they win by 46 runs, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken, as Gert comes in and joins me here. But standout batsman Rivaldo Munsami scoring a quick-fire 63 of 72 there, and ably assisted with a 39 there. Bowlers, it was a fair share of spoils between Willerfield taking 3 for 53, Matthew Boast 3 for 59, and Ayanda, Apiwe Nyanda taking 4 on those 2 magnificent wickets that he took right to the end.
Yeah, fantastic job done by the Dafabet Warriors. This morning, the anticipation was we're going to be finished by lunch. Either the runs going to be scored or the wickets going to be taken. Dafabet Warriors did a fantastic job taking the wickets, and Mpiwe Mnyanda, that 4 wickets. If we see the last wicket, another one just jagging back. We saw Leon Cachet getting the same delivery, same stump, same result, same bowler, and a job well done by the seamers. For the Warriors, still not 1 over of spin, winning by 46 runs in this 4-day domestic series, travelling up here to the SuperSport Park. And this was the wicket from Leon Cachet that I mentioned also. That one might have stayed a tad low, but jacked back quite a lot. Look at that. Same wicket, same result, same bowler, and very similar reaction. This is the Janssen dismissal. Great take by Kruger in the slips. You could just see the reaction from Janssen there. He's absolutely distraught. Look at that, just pushing away from his body. He knew he could almost have left that one alone.
The previous ball was shorter, and I think that is what rattled him. And his movement there, not quite to the pitch of the ball.
This one, the big wicket. The wicket that turned the tide. Peterson, Miyana getting it nice full and wide. And again, another great take by Patrick Kruger. And they knew, you could see by that celebration, as soon as Peterson went, they knew that this game was in their pockets.
Indeed, magnificent. So, from SuperSport Park, as we wait for the post-match presentation, from SuperSport Park, the Dafabet Warriors winning by 46 runs in the CSA 4-day domestic series. This challenge certainly being a good challenge, but the 4-day series now takes a break until February next year. So yeah, we're going to go on to the white ball entertaining stuff and not what as traditional cricketers enjoy.
Just look at the summary there. It was the Matthew Breetzke innings in the first innings that really set the tone. 113, and then Duan Janssen 5 for 39. Rivaldo Munsami featured in both innings for the Titans. He's 86 and he's 63. Came in quick time as well, but just look at that. Duan Willifeed 4 for 39, and then also Mpiwe Mnyanda 4 for 52. And Trishile top scoring in the Dafabet Warriors second innings. He's 60. With Neil Brunt picking up 3 wickets in there as well. So the Dafabet Warriors winning this contest at SuperSport Park against the Momentum Multiplied Titans by 46 runs. Ken Borland will be standing by in a couple of minutes' time for the post-match presentation and the interviews. As you said, it's going to take a break from the red ball stuff into the white ball stuff. Thanks to everyone that's joined us on the CSA platform. Brought to you by Pitch Vision, of course, and thanks to the production. It has been a phenomenal production once again by Pitch Vision. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, the rest of your weekend. Be blessed, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes with Ken Borland and the interviews.
Wheeler.
Yeah, with Momentum Multiplied Titans captain Keegan Peterson, a valiant effort this morning, Keegan. Just a little bit too much for you and Natal to do, though.
Yeah, got ourselves in an awkward position there. I'm proud of the effort, though. I think we fought well enough. In the end, the Warriors came out to be a team. We can look at a lot of things where we could have made up, but yeah, it's too late for what could have been. But I'm proud of my boys.
You yourself batting with a torn webbing on your hand. How hard was it out there for you? And obviously you pretty gutted to have got this close, but just not getting over the line.
Yeah, it was bothering me a bit, but I had the team to think about. Really, I got to put my things aside. As much as it did hurt and all, but there was a bigger goal at stake. So I've had to keep that in the back of my mind the whole time and do what's best for the team.
You mentioned the fight the side showed, and there obviously was a lot of fight in this game, and unfortunately it's a fourth defeat in a row. But would you say there was an improvement in performance in this game, and probably just small things not going your way that made a big difference over the 4 days?
Yeah, definitely there's massive improvements to the new guys that came in, a couple of debutants for the Titans that did really well. So we can walk away from this game with our heads held high, with a lot of positives to go into the new competition, and hopefully we can make an impression there.
Yeah, heading into the CSA T20 Challenge now, a change of format, change of scenery, and for the Titans, a chance to change your fortunes around as well.
Yeah, hopefully a breath of fresh air, really. Change of format could change our fortunes, really. So I'm hoping we start well there, which I'm sure we will. Not for lack of effort from our side, but I know this team will come good.
Thanks, Keegan. Well fought, and all the best for the T20 Challenge.
Thank you.
Thanks, Keegan. Duane Olivier, the spearhead of an excellent Warriors attack. Duane, 7 wickets in the match. You were the spearhead of a Warriors attack, which just in general really performed very well in this match, didn't they?
Yes, I think, the accolade comes to me, but I think it's a whole bowling unit. At the end of the day, it's the bowling unit winning games. We found a way to take 20 wickets on the not a typical SuperSport Park wicket. So I need to commend all the bowlers who've done the job. The guys who didn't pick up wickets, for me it's a beautiful thing to see the 5 bowlers, 6 bowlers who ever bowled, we all gelled together and we all stuck to our plans.
You spoke after taking 4 wickets in the first innings about the importance of staying patient. And do you think it's fair to say that the Warriors attack were just that little bit more consistent in terms of sticking to your plan, a fairly simple plan, but a very effective one in these conditions?
Yeah, I think 100%. As the Warriors, we pride ourselves on keeping it simple. I think where teams lose it sometimes when they complicate things. For any person as a human, if you complicate things, you're running around. So for us as a bowling unit, keep it nice and simple, especially on a wicket like that, bowling nice and straight. Probably Nickoffs weren't the most dismissal probably here. LBW and bowls was probably the main dismissals for us. So I think it's just keep plugging away on that length, and at the end of the day, we got the reward for it.
This victory will lift you right up into the higher echelons of the 4-day standings. You now have a break from 4-day cricket heading into T20 Challenge, but it's a good position to be in for the Dafabet Warriors.
I think it's a great position, to be honest. If you look at where we were last year, we were fighting, to come here, Robbie and the whole team made some great signings, young guys coming through. And it's always great to see, the young guys, especially like someone like Boasty. He's the leading wicket taker in the 4-day comp so far. And I'm so happy for him. Everyone coming here, to the Warriors. And we set ourselves high standards, for me especially as well, and just for the team in general. So to come here against a good Titans team and to beat them at their own park, it's special. Guys will only realise that when they're done with their career, It doesn't happen often, and it's a perfect game to go on top and put us in a good position heading into a T20 Challenge. I think it's quite important. And then when we play the next 4-day game in December against Northwest, they've also been playing good cricket. It will be a great game. So, as a team, I'm very happy, but we need to keep working.
That's going to be a tantalising prospect, 1 versus 2 on the log when the 4-day series resumes. Well played, Duane Olivier, and thanks for your time.
Cheers, thank you guys.
Three, two, one, ready.
Yeah, with the victorious captain of the Dafabet Warriors, Matthew de Villiers, a hard-fought game over 4 days, and there must be a feeling of immense satisfaction in the Warriors camp after that performance and that victory.
Yeah, definitely. I think in every single 4-day game that we've played over the last four weeks or so, we've had to work really hard for our wins. So it's always been a bit on edge. We've never really been ahead of the game so far where we can relax. So the boys are taking victories at this stage, like unbelievably, because we've had to work extremely hard for it. So definitely today's going to be a lovely day. The sun is out, so we've enjoyed our each other's company on the field, and now for sure we're just going to relax and take in the win this weekend.
You had 4 wickets to get this morning and just over 100 runs to play with. How tense was it at the start this morning, and just how happy are you with the execution of your bowlers?
Yeah, we knew when the heavy roller was on that we had to start very, very well this morning, because in a situation like that, the game can get away from you very, very quickly. They could have been able to hit 30, 40 runs very quickly. So for our bowlers, Duan and Matt Bose, to set the tone this morning, to set up those next 4 wickets was unbelievable. And then that sort of gave us the confidence and connectivity to carry on going forward and take those next 4 wickets.
Just through the game in both innings, your attack as a unit just seemed to be really patient and really disciplined in terms of sticking to the game plan.
Yeah, I think definitely, when you come up here to the high field, the ball travels a little bit quicker, the wickets are a bit faster. When you go searching, you can find yourself the run rate creeping up a little bit. And us being at St. George's, we just try and keep it as simple as we can. Whether that's hitting the top of the stumps or having a plan, we always have a plan, because sometimes the game can get away from you and boundaries can go very quickly, and then a lot of things can fall apart. So what we're trying to create in our group is just do the simple things very, very well. And I think, throughout the whole game here, our bowlers just stuck to the plans, and luckily we ended up on the right side of things.
Just a word on the batting, because you guys were sent in to bat on the first day, and the pitch was quite tricky on that first day. Obviously a high quality 100 from Matthew Pierska, who you are now standing in for as captain. And then on yesterday morning, a crucial partnership between yourself and Senator Mkashile.
Yeah, I mean, that first innings 100 from Matthew, we've got to give him credit to that. That was fantastic to watch. It was green, it was bouncy, it was nipping, and he just played the conditions so well. He can hit the ball incredibly hard. So he was, for him to narrow down his game and have that game plan and play it so well to the way he did, we give him credit completely. And Q, Kweshile has done it for us for years now. When we really need a batsman to just settle in and take away the new ball a little bit and graft for us, so that the lower order can just chip in with those very important lower order runs. He's done it for years, and he's done it again for us, and hopefully, he's obviously off to play for India, against India as well, and hopefully he can carry on taking strides forwards as well.
Thanks very much, Matthew. Well played, and enjoy the celebrations.
Will do. Thanks, Ken.